Testing. Testing. No. No. Oh. Oh. Ah. 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 Ooh. 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 Ah. Ee. Ee. Ah. 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 Eat. 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 Is this thing on? Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Hello. Hello. Is anybody here? Hello. My goddamn thumbnail is broken. Is anybody here? Whoa. Oh. I love adjusting the back of my chair. Whoa. And then. Whoop. Is it on? Hello? Oh shit, Ally CIA's day of birth. Holy fucking cannoli. Holy Macintosh. So, today, I got a show to introduce to everybody. I like to call this program the Above It All program. It is 1,795. We're almost to 1,800. It's pretty cool. We'll get there. Oh, one of these days. So today is Thursday, March 9. We're going to be talking about news today. Program. Has anyone been doing their goddamn homework? I gave out a homework assignment on like fucking Monday or Sunday or some shit. Has anyone been fucking doing their goddamn homework? Don't make me slap the ruler down. 'Cause I will. But, I give up. You either do it or you don't. I don't care. But anyway. We got some news. Let's jump in. Just jump in. We're gonna jump in. Everybody, I got news for you. Today, we're gonna jump the fuck in. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna jump right in. We're gonna jump so far motherfucking in that we won't be able to jump out. And of course, when I say we're going to jump in to this news story, I more so, what I mean to say is that we're going to enter something. We're going to physically transport ourselves from one place to another. Jump is just, enthusiastically. You don't need to jump in. You could walk in. You could skip in if you wanted. You could even fall in. But the point is that we're not going to be able to get out. All right? You can skip, hop, jump, or fall in, but you won't be able to fall out. And of course, I'd like to start today's news program off with some good news. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell hospitalized after falling. Now, as we know, for the octogenarians out there, falling is more deadly than cancer. Falling is more deadly than almost any other kind of disease for older people. You know, unless, you know, they live in one of those blue zones. You ever hear of the blue zones? You know, where they're eating fucking, you know, Mediterranean diets and shit and going on, and then they're living to like 120. You ever see these motherfuckers? You know, those 80-year-olds that are doing like mountain hikes? Yeah, Mitch McConnell's not hiking up any mountains, okay? This is a born and raised American. And his diet probably hasn't been so good. So chances are him falling down. Yikes! Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell was hospitalized after tripping at a hotel Wednesday night, a spokesperson said. This evening, Leader McConnell tripped at a local hotel during a private dinner. He has been admitted to the hospital where he is receiving treatment. David Popp, P-O-P-P, his spokesman said in a statement. McConnell, 81, fell at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Washington, D.C. Another spokesperson for the senator confirmed to NBC News. Vito Maggiolo, a spokesman for the District of Columbia Fire and Emergency Medical Services Department, said Thursday morning that an adult male, everybody, was transported from the Waldorf Astoria at 9:17 p.m. Wednesday, and the call was dispatched after a report of a fall at the hotel. The person was transported to a local hospital, and notes did not indicate patient condition. Folks, we have no idea. We have no idea what's going on. There's no specification. We don't really know. But all we do know is that Mitch McConnell is in the hospital. And all we do know is that octogenarians, you know, they don't really do so well during slip and fall season. And, well, you know, again, we're all praying here at Above It All Industries. Everyone in my comments section and my live stream chats, we're all praying. Everybody, let's, you know, just no joke. I know it. Just, you know, this isn't a joke. This is a human being. This is a life here. So just everyone, put your hands together. Pray to God, not Allah. You know, we don't support that around here, of course. Pray to God, not Yahweh. You know, we pray to God in this fucking house. Okay, so we're gonna pray to God for the best possible outcome, everybody. So just have a moment of silence. We're going to be praying for the best possible outcome. Manifest energy, everybody, for the best possible outcome. Amen. So, there you go. It's a program. I'm doing a show today. Whoa! Doing a fucking show. I'm doing a program. We got 70 fucking czars from Realon. 70 czars. That's a shitload of czars. That's a shitload of czars. 70 fucking czars? Are you... Oh. You ever watch those like Twitch streams or YouTube streams? You know, just streams in general, I guess. Or if someone gets like a donation or a subscriber and they just like, they have those like loud ass like fucking like stream notifications. You ever see those where it's like it plays a noise and it's like, you know, some horrible noise from like a movie you've never watched or some shit. It's really loud. It's louder than the game or the fucking video that's playing, or like, you know, you see this shit all the time, right? And then like it's just a loud blaring fucking noise, and then the fucking streamer, right, they're doing their thing, they're playing a game, they're watching the clip of fucking whoever saying some stupid shit at CPAC, right? And then they look, and then they go, wah! 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 Right? You ever see that shit? It's all over the place. I'm like, I wish I could be that excited, man. Like, good for them. Good for them. I wish that was attainable. Man, oh man, those motherfuckers. But anyway, thank you for the 70s R's, Real On. Jesus Christ. God damn. So fucking wrong time to put the earbuds in. The goddamn earbuds. Don't ever leave the house without your buds. Huh? When you're having a really bad time and you can't seem to get happy, try asking your buds for help. Earbuds. Check them out. All right. We got a program here. On my show, this is my show, everybody, and then on my show I like to talk about my feelings, my opinions on certain subjects. And one of the subjects that I like talking about, well, actually two of them, this is an intersection. One of them, I like drugs, and I like talking about drugs. And I don't use the word drug, like, you know, like your teacher during fucking elementary school does. I use the word drug in a value neutral sense. And the other thing I like talking about is stupid fucking voters. Oklahoma voters reject marijuana legalization ballot initiative. So this is at the intersection of two of my favorite subjects, stupid fucking voters and drugs. Oklahoma voters have rejected a ballot initiative that would have legalized marijuana for adult use in the state on Tuesday. For most counties across the state, the cannabis reform measure, State Question 820, was the only proposal on the ballot, a unique scenario in the history of the legalization movement. So this is another thing where there's really not much to vote for, right? So you're going to have very minimal turnout for something like this. It's like an off season election, you know. So factor that in, but also it's Oklahoma. A lot of dumb motherfucking voters in Oklahoma. I mean, like, let's be honest, right? So advocates tried to put the reform on the November 2022 ballot, but delays in signature verification by officials and the state Supreme Court's subsequent decision in litigation meant that it missed the window to qualify for the cycle. Now, again, that was very purposeful. November 2022, midterm election, more people are going to be voting, so it would have had a higher likelihood to pass. Governor Kevin Stitt called a special election for the cannabis measure that took place on Tuesday, wasting more money, by the way. So they're fine with wasting government taxpayer money on another election just because they know less people are going to turn out, which means it has a lower rate of passing, lower chance of passing. So, there you go. Here's what the Cannabis Legalization Initiative would have achieved. The measure would have allowed adults 21 and older to purchase and possess up to 1 ounce of cannabis, grow up to 6 mature plants and 6 seedlings for personal use. You ever can we I know politicians are dumb, right? But like, this is like something you see in a lot of these states. Like, you're only allowed to have 1 ounce, but you can have 6 plants. Like, you see this in all kinds of states, like even like liberal states, Democrat states, right? You see this, like, you can only have like 2 ounces, but 12 plants. Can someone explain to me why and how they came to that decision? And also, so you can have 6 plants, but like you're like, and also, what is an ounce? Like, is an ounce dried? Like, what if you haven't dried it yet? You know, I'm just like, make it make sense to me. Like, do any of these people writing this legislation really even know what the fuck they're talking about? Like, you see this all over the fucking place. Like, and like, again, even in Democrat states where you can only have like 1 ounce, sometimes 2 ounces, sometimes 3, right? But you can have like 6, 10, 12, 20 plants, and it's like 1 plant, you know, like half a plant. I don't even know how that's possible, but like, I don't even know. It's just like, it's so stupid, man. It's so dumb. But anyway, whatever. I guarantee you, Oklahoma voters are not voting against this measurement because of the inconsistency with the mathematics on 6 plants and 1 ounce. I guarantee you that's not why they're voting this down. But I thought I'd have fun with that one. A 15% excise tax that would have been imposed on adult use marijuana products, with revenue going to an Oklahoma Marijuana Revenue Trust Fund. I love trust funds. So, yep. The funds would have first covered the cost of administrating the program, and the rest would have been divided between municipalities where the sales occurred, 10%, state judicial, blah, 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 who cares. People serving in prison for activity made legal under the measure would have had the ability to file a petition for resentencing, reversal of conviction and dismissal of case, or modification of judgment, blah, blah, blah. But there you go. Again, guaranteeing you, Oklahoma voters are not voting this down because it's a little too corporate. I guarantee you that. But again, just the intersection of 2 of my favorite subjects: stupid fucking voters in America and drugs. And I love talking about them. So there you go. It's the scoop. Scooping you. Blood Moon. Michigan is a good state for drugs, it seems. Oh, goddamn. Woo! I'm doing a program today. Today is the Above It All Day show, program day. Program. It's the Above It All show. Today, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, everybody. Does anyone know what we do on Thursday? On Thursday, we discuss the news because it's Thursday. And we discuss the news on Thursday. Why? Because it's Thursday, motherfucker. It's fucking Thursday. So let's jump right in. I mean, you can drink if you want. It's up to you. But it's Thursday. Today. A couple of days ago, there was some hullabaloo that occurred. I did not speak about it, and then yesterday was my day off, so now I'm going to talk about it. I'm a little late, but hey, whatever. There was some hullabaloo, and also some Tyler too, but we'll get to that later. And so the White House, it's a house that exists, and it's white, decided to weigh in on Marianne Williamson. Now, everyone knows, I'm sure you've seen this clip by now because it is pretty funny. This whole exchange is just you know, it's juvenile. It's hilarious. But the White House has weighed in on Marianne Williamson, and I want to talk about it because the whole situation is pretty funny. But let me recap real quick my position on the Marianne Williamson 2024 campaign. I am an anybody but Biden voter. That is my position on the 2024 Democratic primary. I will vote for anybody but Joe Biden. I'm a never Biden voter. So let's imagine a scenario where Bernie Sanders hops in the race. I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. I'm going to vote for whoever is the furthest left that has a chance of winning. And so, now, does that mean I love Marianne Williamson? No. I think she's a good candidate. I think she's a decent person. I think she has a great platform. Is it amazing? Is it fantastic? Is it as good as Bernie 2020? No. But it's a good campaign, and she also happens to not be named Joe Biden. Now, so I'm going to vote for her unless situations radically change. That's my bias. I'm getting my bias out there to begin with. But I've seen a lot of people talk about this clip here, and they're like taking it way too seriously. Now, again, you know, maybe I just take things a little, maybe I'm just more jokey. Maybe I'm just a little bit more silly than most people. But hey, I personally think that this clip is hilarious. Now, we're going to get to Marianne's response as well. Okay? Marianne responded, and I think her response is pretty good. But let's be honest, okay? Now, I know people, they're doing these, like, machinations, you know, ooh, look at me. I'm trying to fight the culture war. I'm going to win, right? Like, I consider myself divorced from that whole thing, so I'm just having fun here. But this is the White House responding to Marianne Williamson in a roundabout way.
Is the president
I gotta raise the fucking volume here.
Annoyed, frustrated with Marianne Williamson for jumping in the race ahead of him? Did he want a clear field to run against the Republican nominee in 2024?
Just not tracking that. I mean, if I had a what is it called? A little globe here, crystal ball, then I can tell you. But I imagine 8-ball, whatever. If I can feel her aura, I just don't have anything. I just don't have anything to share on that.
So anyway, that one guy in the background was having a great time. So okay, I've already watched this clip. When I first watched it, I did laugh. It's not funny enough to laugh at a second watch. I'm just being honest with you, but it is pretty funny. But let's be honest here, right? Let's be honest. I'm not gonna lie. The idea that the White House is gonna make fun of someone for being a little woo-woo spiritual when the President of the United States is a Catholic, I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't take it seriously, right? The President of the United States literally drinks the blood, or at least in his fucking fantasy world, drinks the blood of Christ. This motherfucker is like, he thinks that the Pope is like some crazy ass, like, you know, communicator from God and some shit. He believes that like Jesus like came back as a zombie. I mean, this is what the President of the United States believes, okay? So I'm just being honest. The idea that you're going to insult Marianne Williamson's secular spirituality when the President believes in Jesus and Holy Spirits, right? Motherfucker believes in Holy Spirits. Like at least Marianne Williamson, to my understanding, does not believe that there's a Holy Ghost following her around telling her that she's going to save the day. To my understanding. Now, maybe she does believe in that. I don't know, but I've not seen any of that. So, I'm just throwing that out there. I think that's hilarious. But also, I think it's just really funny that the White House, like, just decides to make jokes about this kind of stuff when, again, technically, hey, the president hasn't even announced he's running yet. If you wanted to announce you were running to shore up the primary, as of this moment, anybody but Biden voter or not, the only person on the ballot, Marianne Williamson. So I'm just throwing that out there. But Marianne responded, and let's talk about this response here. She posted a tweet that says, "They might think it's a joke, but there is nothing amusing about people going bankrupt from medical debt or children going to bed hungry." So I also want to say this, that I did see that Bernie Sanders has made a statement about the Marianne Williamson campaign. Basically, Bernie is splitting the middle. Bernie is saying she's going to run a great campaign. And he also reiterated he's going to support Biden if Biden runs again right now. But again, let's be honest here. Elephant in the room. Marianne has a next to 0% chance of winning. Now, again, I have no personal issue whatsoever doing positive propaganda for a primary challenger against Joe Biden. I've been saying on my show since Super Tuesday in 2020, I've been saying if Joe Biden wins, we got to primary this motherfucker, no questions asked. So, again, I have no problem in the world. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Marianne Williamson is the perfect candidate. I'll criticize her if I need to. But she is clearly a much better candidate than Joe Biden. And, again, the only way you would disagree with that is if you got, like, this weird brain rot where you think that, like Joe Biden must be defended at all costs because he's going to run again. And then if he doesn't want to be weakened for the, like... And I'm sorry, man, but, like, we live in a whole new world. We can't apply the fucking, like, 1970, 1980, 1960 fucking playbook on this. This is a whole new fucking world here. So I'm just saying, is it even possible that Marianne could win? I think so. Now, again, I don't think it's going to be very likely. I think it's maybe a 0 or 1% chance. But, again, I'm just giving all my biases on the table. People know where I stand. But this is Marianne Williamson's response to this. Let's watch. I personally think it's pretty decent, but, you know, let's watch it first and I'll tell you what I would do better.
I was so sad.
Oh, God, the volume is so low. Jesus Christ. I am so sad with this fucking volume level. Let's hold up. Oh, whoops.
I was so sad to see the commentary of the president's press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, about me, about crystal balls, which I've never spoken or written about, and auras, which I've never spoken or written about, and just speaking so derisively and in such mocking terms about someone who is running for president of the United States. And as a woman.
So, okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. The first 20 seconds of this, L. Hey, I'm just saying this. I support Marianne. I'm being honest with you. The first 20 seconds of this is an L, right? The idea that people can't mock someone running for president, I'm going to be honest, I don't believe in that. The idea that I can't mock a woman running for president, I mean, Nikki Haley announced she's running for the presidency on the Republican side. I simply don't agree. I'm going to mock the fucking shit out of Nikki Haley. I'm sorry. But again, I know she's playing this, like, above it all card, which, hey, as the proprietor of the Above It All podcast show, I'll let her have it. I'm just saying, I'm just saying so far, I don't really agree, but I understand what she's trying to do, and I understand what the goal of this statement is. So let's just keep going.
And this is the Democratic Party. I have a constitutional right to run, and my candidacy is about substantive issues and policies. I have made it clear in interview after interview that the president is a nice man, and that I...
So, okay, now I just want to say this. Audience retention is everything. 90% of people that have clicked on this video have already clicked it off. Let's just be honest, okay? I'm just being honest, okay? Now, I say this as someone who wants to support Marianne Williamson. I do not want Joe Biden to be the nominee. I don't want him to be president. I don't fucking like Joe Biden, okay? I think he's garbage. Personally, on a personal level, I think he's garbage. And on a policy level, I think he's garbage. But I understand what she's trying to do here. I just disagree with it. By 37-second mark, you can't just say my campaign is about policy and then keep going about the personal stuff. Like, now again, her tweet, right? The tweet, she kind of fixes this in the tweet where she primes people with some issues, and that's good. But my criticism is that if this were a Bernie speech, right? Bernie, in the first 5 to 10 seconds, would be talking about Medicare for all, would be talking about climate change, would be talking about, trans rights, would be talking about, stopping the fucking wall construction that Joe Biden is working on, right? So I'm just saying, that's what, like, if this were a Bernie speech, and again, Bernie was the last progressive presidential challenger, right? So she's going to have to deal with the Bernie comparisons. My opinion, this is a strategy that I respect, that she's going for a certain strategy. This ain't it. That's my opinion. It's not it, okay? And you can also keep the above it all attitude, like the genuine, like, I'm above the fray, I'm not going to take pot shots at the president, right? You can maintain that attitude, but just being a little bit faster speaking, a little bit more aggressive with what policies you propose, right? That's my constructive feedback for someone that will never watch my video, but let's keep going.
I have no interest in taking personal pot shots. But apparently the White House, or at least as expressed by Karine, doesn't share my commitment to the high ground. The hypocrisy here is something that all of us can see.
So again, this is not what I would do if I were running for president, which, by the way, I'd like to announce that I am running for president, even though I am not 35 years old, because if Donald Trump can run for president as an insurrectionist, and if you're an insurrectionist, you are banned under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. If you're an insurrectionist, you are banned. You're not allowed to run for president. So the Constitution doesn't apply to Donald Trump. Therefore, if the Constitution says you have to be 35 to run for president, I'm 26, right? I'll be 28 by the time of the 2024 election. So, hey, I say, if the Constitution doesn't apply to Trump, it doesn't apply to me. So I'd like to announce I am running for president too. Hey, maybe I'll announce as a Republican contender, right? Just to give Marianne the space, right? But anyway, let's keep going.
Because the president has said on his first day in office that anyone in his administration who spoke disrespectfully about anyone would be fired on the spot.
So now, as much as I enjoy that little bit of hypocrisy, my opinion is that's not something you should put in your campaign statement. That's something you should have people in the media talk about. Like, I have no problem talking about that. I think it's really funny that Joe Biden is like, anyone will get fired on the spot if they're disrespectful, right? I just think that's funny. I think it's a fun point of hypocrisy. But again, 1 minute into this response, and we have yet to actually discuss a single substantive issue. So again, but also, it is important to note that she did kind of prime us with the tweet text as well. So we are primed to have substantive issues on the mind when watching this video, but still I feel like she should be a little bit more clear about that, because this is theoretically a moment where she can get a lot of press. So
Now, I'm not hoping that Karine Jean-Pierre loses her job over this, but I do hope that from now on, this low, derisive, this narrative about me, just obviously meant to get me out of the conversation. I hope that this path is not pursued. It's not good for any of us. It's not good for America. It's not good for the Democratic Party. People are watching. And I hope that everyone who is watching realizes this is not just about me. They're not just telling me to...
So 90 seconds in, and she is saying what Bernie would have said in the first 15 seconds. So again, I say this as constructive feedback, right? Out of all the people that are running for president, this is the one that is as close as possible to my perspective. As of this moment, I am de facto a Marianne voter, and so I want her to do better, right? And this is not going to cut it. So now I understand, right? I understand the main maintenance of the, we're not going to take pot shots thing, right? That's why you would want to do what Bernie would do and focus on what issues your campaign supports. Say, I'm sad to see that the president is, I'm sad to see that the White House, blah, 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 is saying this fucking stuff. Maybe you can stop, you don't have to say fucking in your statement. But I think it's not funny because my campaign is focused around this, that, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you can even make that, I'm just, But my point is 90 seconds and we're getting into like the kind of populist thing. That's too long. 90% of people, 95% of people have already clicked away from this. Let's be honest, okay?
Get away, like flicker off like a mosquito. It's about you. It's about anyone who, first of all, I think, has faith and takes faith seriously? Or is it just about any woman who speaks out of turn?
So again, the faith thing I think is funny. The woman who speaks out of turn thing, I don't think that that's really going to land. I also don't really, I don't know. I don't really get it, but let's keep going. Let's finish it.
I don't know. That's for you to decide. But whichever it is, I hope that we will stop that kind of nonsense. It's not good for any of us. Thanks.
So anyway, again, I'm going to be honest, a solid maybe 4 out of 10 on this one. Okay. And again, the White House, they gave you a golden ticket, right? This video right here is a golden ticket for press, okay? And I don't think that Marianne's response is going to be the best way to take advantage of that press, right? That's my opinion. Whatever. But again, It is hilarious that the president of the United fucking States is a freak show Catholic, right? Someone that literally believes that some guy 2,000 years ago was murdered, right? And crucified, and then like came back like a zombie from Evil Dead or some fucking shit. And like that's crazy. That is objectively insane. Joe Biden either has schizophrenia or knows it's all bullshit, but is just lying about believing it because most Americans are dumb enough to believe in that stupid shit too, right? Those are the only two options that I can see. And so the idea that that's the situation and the White House is going to mock someone who is a little secular spiritual. I'm secular spiritual. I'm probably more spiritual than Marianne Williamson. I'm also an atheist. I don't believe in God. I don't believe that there could be a God. And even if there was a creator, I wouldn't submit to a creator and I wouldn't call them God. So I don't even believe in the concept of God. But I'm still spiritual. I believe in human spirituality. I believe that we're all connected. I believe in all that kind of good stuff, right? That doesn't, like, I don't know, man. That's not even faith. That's not even faith. That's just following the science, right? As far as I'm concerned. But that's a sidebar. I just think it's funny. This whole situation is hilarious. And again, I think Marianne's response is okay. Solid 4 out of 10, okay? But I really think she needs to focus on the issues. She needs to highlight what her campaign is about. Make it, yes, the White House made a personal attack against you, right? You should have been able to get away from the personal attack in the first 10 to 15 seconds and then pivot to all issues. That's my opinion. That's what I would have done, and that's what I hope Marianne does in the future. But either way, pretty funny whole scenario. And there's my commentary. That's what I got. Folks, this is the Above It All live streamed experiential experimental experience times 4. This is the show that you watch because, I don't know, you made a habit about it and now you're stuck and you're addicted. So or not. I don't really know. But I'd like to remind everyone I will be streaming on twitch.tv later. I'm going to be playing some Doom. I know not many people in my audience here like Doom, but guess what? Go fuck yourself. I do. So I'm going to keep fucking talking about it. And also, let's just be a little honest. If you don't like Doom, you just have bad taste. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So follow me on twitch.tv and there you go. But I got some more news here. I got some news, some, I don't know about news. I don't really, is it news? I don't really know what it is. I don't even know why I'm here. But it is, it is a news show and I am doing news. So, I would like to ask everybody, again, I gave out a homework assignment the other day. A motherfucking homework assignment. I was assigning homework. Now, I know a lot of you people don't listen, but I'm trying to instill in this program a sense of presence. And I'm not talking about that Christmas time bullshit. I'm talking about, I want you to level up, motherfucker. I want you to be more aware of your daily lives. I want you to be making choices. I want you, all that kind of stuff. So my homework assignment for you, get a notepad, get an app on your phone, write down everything you do for one day, set an alarm for 30 days in the future, and write it all down again, and then compare and contrast. How much has your life changed in a month? Do you want it to change, right? Once you see what happens without doing any active changes, right? Then maybe you can start saying, well, maybe I spend too much time watching YouTube. I say this, if I can get my viewers to stop watching my show, that's a win as long as they're doing something better with their lives, right? Maybe you shouldn't be spending all day looking at the news. Spend some time, right? You want to stay informed, but find a hobby. Maybe you have kids. Maybe spend more time with your kids, all that kind of good stuff. So again, just, I feel like a lot of people are accidentally addicted, especially of course if they're watching my show. Chances are you use YouTube on a regular basis, right? I think a lot of people are very addicted to the internet. And I am no exception, right? I am no exception. I'm trying to get a lot better on this. This is something that I'm doing. This is something that I do, and I want to share that with people, because if I find something useful for me personally, I'm going to pass that knowledge along. Another thing I'm looking into that I want to do, and maybe you can, again, if you are in a spot where this is something that you can do, feel free to maybe do it with me. But I'm looking into what is called alternate day fasting. This is something that I'm looking into doing for a month. And what that is essentially it's 36-hour fast and then 12 hours of eating. And then that makes up a 48-hour window, and you just keep doing that over and over again for 30 days. That's what I'm looking into doing very soon. I'd maybe take a month to do it. If that's something that seems interesting for you and you want to do it with me, and we can talk about how we're feeling and, share tips and tricks throughout the whole process. And if at any moment, it's too much for you, or if you feel sick or whatever, don't do it. But hey, I'm just saying, for healthy people in my age group, I'm 26, right? So healthy people in my age group, consider it. If you're older, don't consider it. If you've got health conditions that, I'm not a doctor, okay, motherfucker. I'm just someone looking for people to do something with me. But again, 26, relatively healthy, and, just throwing that out there. That's something I want to do. And if anyone wants to join me, feel free to do so. But again, if you don't feel well about it, I want you to immediately press the eject button. I don't want you to fucking grind it out and then blame me if you pass out on the fucking bus or some shit, okay? So watch yourself, be careful. But I'm going to do some hardcore fasting stuff for the next, just a little bit. I want to give it a shot, see how it goes. Yeah, so just throwing that out there. I'll tell you when I want to start that. It might be in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I might even start it on April 1st just for a clean month. But I'm probably going to just do it from maybe March 15 to April 15 or whatever. But we'll see. But that's something I want to do. I want to instill some more interesting stuff to my viewers. I want to promote interesting things to do, just to change up your daily routine. My opinion is, even if you're not even actively doing a fast for health benefits, just changing up your daily routine a little bit. Maybe you don't go to lunch during the middle of your day. Maybe you do something else. I think that could be majorly beneficial, because it allows you to formulate new memories. It allows you to broaden it, just your life experience in general. So even if you don't need to, whatever, consider doing it for maybe a couple days just to see what happens. But there you go. I'm gonna be doing some Twitch streams later, but I already said that, so I don't need to say it again. It's 10:50, folks. 10:50. It's 10 motherfucking 50. So that's cool. That's interesting. So let's take advantage of the fact that it's 10:50 and scratch my eyeball. Scratch this one too. All right. Got a program here. Hello, Reese Anderson. What's up? Thank you, John. Too late. I appreciate it. There's an asteroid that's going to fuck us up in 20 years. Let's hope and pray for the best possible outcome. All right. The culture war, folks. The culture war? What is the culture war? We think about it. It's what is woke, what is broke, right? The culture war. What is it? My opinion, the culture war is a degenerative brain syndrome. What it does is it destroys your brain over time, right? Think of it like depression. If you're chronically depressed, right, that's going to affect your brain over time, and it can damage your brain. It can damage the way you think about things. It can damage your associations. And that is why depression is such a damaging illness that a lot of people deal with. But the culture war is you know, it's a syndrome. You get locked into like a state of flow, a state of being where you just slowly lose brain cells and get dumber every time. And every once in a while, right, we find ourselves with one of those examples of like culture war stuff that is just like, it's just like, it blows your mind to even assume like that this is possible, right? You know what I mean? Right? Like, this is like the fact that this is something that I can read, the fact that like I am sitting here reading a headline. Now I haven't shared it with you yet, but is like that alone, the content of this article, not important. Everything else, just the idea that this could exist. Right now, if this is AI generated, that's a different story. But the idea that this could exist, okay? What could I possibly be talking about here? Woke moviegoers say Cocaine Bear is not for kids. Quote, encourages drugs. Okay. Woke moviegoers say Cocaine Bear not for kids. It encourages drugs. Okay, so now I know this is the culture war. Logic is a foreign enemy of the culture war, right? But like, first of all, what the fuck does this have to do with woke? With wokeness, being woke, whatever the fuck. Like, criticizing a movie makes you woke? Like, I'm just like I criticize movies all the time. Does that make me woke? Like, now again, also, this is a right-wing criticism. Regardless of where it's coming from, this is a right-wing criticism. This is an inherently conservative critique. We want less people to watch the film because it is offensive. That is conservatism. That is conservatism. I'm sorry. But they're rebranding a conservative critique of a film as woke. Now, again, I haven't seen the movie, but maybe I should. Woke moviegoers saw the new Cocaine Bear and they think it's way out of line. Now, again, who are the woke moviegoers? We don't really know, right? It could be two or more. In a country of 340 million people, we could have at least two people that saw the movie. So that means they're woke moviegoers, right? Because plural is more than one. So 2 plus out of 340 odd million Americans, right? So Cocaine Bear has been getting rave reviews, raking in 8.65 million on its opening night, according to IMDb's Box Office Mojo, but not everyone is so fond of the movie. Some woke viewers... Now again, how is it woke? I hope we'll find out, but... Some woke viewers complained that the new film is encouraging drug use and not suitable for kids. Now again, who are these people? Where are the quotes coming from? And how are they woke? The movie, which is rated R for bloody violence and gore, R, by the way, is restricted to adults only or anyone under the age of 17 with parental supervision, right? So a parent needs to say, oh, let's take my kid to Cocaine Bear. And if you are a parent that takes your kid to Cocaine Bear without looking into the movie, guess what? That makes you a bad parent and cry about it. You traumatized your kid for no reason, and you're dumb, and you should feel bad, and maybe you should get therapy. Maybe you also should call Child Protective Services because you're a horrible parent. But I'm just saying, if you're going to expose your child to anything that is rated R, you got to look into it first, you dumb motherfucker. Okay, so let's keep going. is loosely based on a true story. In 1985, a bear was found dead in Georgia woods after consuming a drug smuggler's stash of cocaine that was dropped from a plane. Cocaine Bear shows the black bear surviving and becoming an addict, willing to kill anyone who gets in her way. It follows an ensemble of locals, tourists, criminals, and police officers who come together to try to survive the bear's drug-fueled frenzy. Now, this movie does look cool. This looks like a so bad it's good kind of movie. But it looks like it's kind of like that on purpose. One controversial scene in the movie shows 12-year-olds doing cocaine. I'm in. Quote, "It was definitely controversial," Banks told Variety. This is the director. "There were controversies about should we age up those characters. We all kinds of held hands. We all kind of held hands and were like, guys, they've got to be 12. It's their innocence being tested. That's what's interesting to me about the scene. It's called art." Now, again, what does this have to do with wokeness? Now, again, we're already more than halfway into the article. The wokeness was not defined. Some moviegoers were not satisfied with what they saw. Okay, so how are they woke? How are they woke? Okay. "As the extreme movie enthusiast that I am, I found this movie was lacking some soul and desire." Now, first of all, this is a literal, like, this is a B movie that is made to be a B movie. This is not a B movie where they were trying to make an A movie, but they fucked up and made a B movie. This is, they're going in and we're doing a shitty movie on purpose, right? And that's what makes it interesting. Now, again, I haven't seen it. But again, one viewer criticized. How is it woke? How is it woke? How is it woke? Does anyone know? So a viewer criticizing it makes them woke? "I would give 0 stars if I could," Amar Marashli said. "It was a waste of time, and I would love to get a refund. It was way too incredibly gory and violent. We wanted to cry and throw up." How are they woke? How are they woke? Explain how they're woke. Again, the headline, "Woke Moviegoers." Where's the wokeness? "I never want to watch a film like this again. What a complete waste of time and very degrading to bears." Again, how is it woke? Carl Grady shared, "How dare it have been passed and made. Bears are beautiful animals that deserve to be respected." Now, I personally read that as sarcasm, but I give it 1 star just because I have to, and it got a bear in it, he added. Now, again, where is the wokeness? Does anyone know? Others complained the film was not family friendly. Where's the wokeness? A viewer said the film was encouraging the use of Class A drugs repeatedly to teenagers. Where's the wokeness? Blood, guts, and intestines being eaten is not suitable for kids. It's rated R. Where's the wokeness? This movie is nothing like what my family thought. Like, okay, first of all, it's nothing like your family thought. What did your family think when going to watch Cocaine Bear? Right? What did you think it would be? When you went in and bought a ticket for a movie called Cocaine Bear with your family, right? What? Like, top 10 dumbest motherfuckers that have ever been born award? Please, can we distribute to these people? But again, these are inherently conservative criticisms. They want to conserve their children's, like, I don't even know, ability to watch anything in the world and not be a little freaked out. It's a rated R movie. Why do we have to think about kids when we're making a rated R fucking movie? Like, and again, nowhere in this whole thing. Let's even, like, Control F, woke. So it's never, that's it. We already got them all. It's, how is it woke? I don't know. Don't know. But why am I talking about this? Having not watched Cocaine Bear, and I don't know if I will, if it's only in theaters. I don't go to movie theaters. But why am I talking about this? Well, 1, it's easy content, right? Everyone loves that. Free clicks. 2, because I want everyone watching my show to really understand that the culture war, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is in your mind when you think about the culture war, right, literally destroys your brain. It destroys your brain. It is a neurological degenerative disease and or syndrome. I really, like just criticizing a movie makes you woke. And also the idea that Cocaine Bear is like, it's like Like, if woke people hate it, then what does that make Cocaine Bear? Like, Cocaine Bear's on the right wing of the culture war? What? It's a fucking movie about a bear who's on fucking cocaine and kills a bunch of motherfuckers. I presume. I haven't watched it. But it's like, let's look at the comments, folks. Like, now the comments should be, you said that these are woke people. How are they woke? That should be the comments, right? That should be the comments. But let's check this out. And now they're talking about drag shows. Absolutely no one has a sense of humor anymore. 18 upvotes. So they got 7 negative reviews out of 340 million Americans. Reaction? No one has a sense of humor. Like, more people upvoted this person's comment than are in the article cited as woke people. Okay, this is a good one. I think it's funny. New York Post keeps pointing out woke stories, yet most of their reporters use the term gun violence and gun-related reports. No bigger woke term than gun violence. Okay, never mind that. Jesus Christ. A trans bear is appropriate? What? What the fuck? Okay, so anyway. Obviously, New York Post commenters, not very intelligent. But again, I need you people to really fucking understand this, that this is all a waste of your time. Now, again, if it's a waste of your time, why am I reminding you of it? Why? One, I get to make a clip and post it on YouTube and get free money in the form of ad revenues when people click on it and yell about wokeness, right? So that's two, because it's kind of funny. I mean, it's a little funny that these people exist. I like to step back and look down at the freaks and just kind of enjoy what they're doing. Like, that's my own form of a movie. Some people watch Cocaine Bear. I watch the United States talk about wokeness, right? We are not the same. But number 3, well, I already talked about other things, and, my show, I like to make it around an hour, and I need to come up with something to fill up the rest of the time on this show. So there you go. That's why I covered this. Just being completely honest with you. Will I watch Cocaine Bear? Whenever it comes to streaming, I'll watch Cocaine Bear. Unless it's already there. I don't know. I haven't looked. But that's the show for today. It's a little bit of a short one today, but hey, what are you going to do? Got a program today, and it's over. But I would like to remind everybody, before I leave you all today, there's a whole day ahead. Max is sleeping right now. He's all tuckered out. There's a whole day ahead. And you can choose to fall into the old patterns, or you can come up with something new to do. I don't know. Maybe learn a new skill. Who knows? Maybe just, go outside for a walk. I don't know, whatever it is that's new. Come up with something new to do. Do it for me, and then report back if you want. But anyway, maybe go watch Cocaine Bear. Unless it's in theaters, and you shouldn't be going to theaters, because I don't know if anyone remembers, but I'm not allowed to talk about that on YouTube, though. So, not allowed to talk about that on YouTube, so can't do it. But either way, I got some more coffee here. That's all I got. But out of curiosity, right? Like, because people are addicts, like, I could just sit here and do nothing, and people, like, when just out of curiosity, like, when do you shut the tab down? When do you go get up out of your seat, or whatever it is you do when this show is over? When does that occur? Do you wait until, like, the introductory experience is over? Do you wait until that starts? When do you do that? Right? Because, like, if I just sat here like this, would you stay here and watch it? Or, alternatively, And then, see? Faked. Yeah, see? So, you know, what's that moment? I don't know. But anyway, I do appreciate people watching my program. Sincerely, I do have to pee, so the show is over. And I'm not joking. So if you do stay for the rest of the outro, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but I do have to go to the bathroom. This is not a joke. I know, based on my style of presentation, my deadpan humor, often it can be misinterpreted when I am serious, but this is not a joke. Repeat, this is not a joke. The show is over as soon as I go back to the outro. I do have to pee. Not a joke. So if you stay thinking I'll come back and give you extra content, guess what? You'll have wasted your time, because I am not coming back, because this is the end of the show and this is not a joke. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.